Alright guys, what's going on? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And first and foremost, quick little shout out to all my viewers and recent subscribers. Thank you very much for being here and for the support on the more recent videos. It's kind of feedback to me that, well, not only does everybody want to know about Call of Duty 2020 and is interested in Call of Duty 2020 or the next Call of Duty, so to speak, whenever it does get released, if there is a delay, but it's also kind of gives me feedback to where, okay, Jack, maybe you're not the complete problem when it comes to the channel not doing so well as of recently. So it's kind of a relief because the numbers are like mirrors. The numbers don't lie. So the mirror is either going to tell you that you are out of shape or in shape. So, and the numbers are pretty much the same. So, I mean, well, for the most part. I mean, granted, there are people that out there that take advantage of the algorithm and use clickbait and stuff like that or whatnot. But yeah. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into something far more important and kind of realistic, so to speak, and it kind of goes in with what I want to talk about. So let's get at it. So it really is no secret that this whole global beer flu or whatnot is basically impacting and going to have a continued impact on many people, on pretty much everybody all around the world, and of course here in the United States. And here's an interesting fact for those of you that may or may not know this. Most people in the United States, I'm just going to focus on the United States for now, but because I'm not entirely sure on how things work outside of the United States. I like to think it's about the same, but at the same time, I'm no genius. But most people in the United States live from paycheck to paycheck, right? And there's a lot of people that are just in borderline poverty or whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people are just continuously working just to make ends meet, and there's little to nothing left over after that. And that's most of the people. And then there's other people, for instance, like me, it wasn't long ago to where I was working 55 to 60 hours a week just to have a little something left over because, again, I don't have a high paying job. I don't have a college education. I have a unique job, but again, that doesn't always mean that it's a high paying job. And quite frankly, I would have to be doing something else as well, not only to make the bills, but at the same time to also have a little something on the side for a rainy day or for a global epidemic like this one that we're kind of going through together. And God knows how long it's going to last or how we're going to handle it and how it's going to further impact people, not just from a health perspective, but as well as a money perspective. So the thing is, a lot of people are definitely taking a hit when it comes to this financially as well. And the thing is, for people that live from paycheck to paycheck, the big thing is that, well, no matter what, at least I can always work, right? I might be miserable working 60 hours a week, but hey, I can at least work. So if worst case scenario, I'll just work anywhere from 50 to 60 hour weeks, but the bills will always be paid. Food is always going to be on the table. And I am able to at least take care of myself, and God willing, I stay in good health so I can keep doing it. So a lot of people live that kind of life on a regular daily basis. I am actually one of them. And if I do have a little bit of something on the side, it's simply because I've worked so many freaking hours and spent very little outside of necessities in order to have it. Now, granted, it's not going to last that much longer, especially if things keep on escalating the way they do. And again, I'm not the only one. There are other people like me right now that are actually in a worse position than I am. So there's a lot of people like that, and there's people that are in better positions. But one way or another, we got to realize that we're in this together, right? So the thing is, free-to-play games. Free-to-play games are more meaningful now than ever. If you look at Call of Duty Warzone, for instance, right? That game has 30 million players playing on it, or should I say over 30 million. And I'm not saying that the global problem right now is the reason why Warzone is just so damn popular. No. Fortnite is popular as hell. I don't know how many users are on Fortnite. Again, my commentaries are unscripted, uncut or whatnot, so it's not like I looked all this up before I started talking or whatnot. I just kind of talk as I go along, as if you were right in front of me and we were having a conversation. So the thing is that free-to-play games have always been popular. But right now, at this point, with everything that's going on, I would actually say, and I don't think this is an argument here, and you guys are more than free in the comments section to say otherwise, but honestly, free-to-play games at this point right now are a necessity, and who knows, maybe there might be, I know this is kind of wishful thinking, but there might be a few companies out there right now that might take advantage of this. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to release their games 100% free, although you never know. There might be some companies that might do that, or maybe give a big discount or just do something. I don't know. I have this feeling. Again, I could be wrong. This could be wishful thinking, but I have this feeling that you just never know. I mean, first of all, I think there's gonna be more free to play games that are gonna be released in the near future. I mean, it's ever since with free to play games with gold or PS Plus or whatnot or PSN Plus, let me tell you, this has been taking off. People love the word free. It's always been like that, especially if that something free is of quality. So I think, optimistically speaking, the quality of free games is only gonna increase for the better as time goes on. And when you get to a situation like this, to where people are bleeding from their pockets more than ever, or even more so trying to figure out how to survive the upcoming months due to everything that's going on globally, and the fact that a lot of people are not able to work, whether it's because they either A, got sick, or B, because of them not able to work or not able to take the risk because they're of high compromise, because there's some people with pre-existing conditions. For instance, I have a few pre-existing conditions that actually might put me at risk. I'm actually thinking about calling my doctor tomorrow and asking him quickly about this, because, as you guys, I mean, I'm worried about, obviously, my mom is highly compromised because of her laundry list of health issues. So there's that. But in terms of myself, I mean, that's another thing. And I'm the one who takes care of her. She lives with me, so I'm the one who takes care of her. So the thing is, I mean, I might even be compromised as well. So the thing is, in the future, depending on whatever the position is, until this is all over, myself or people like me or in a similar situation can't even risk to go outside to go to work, even if something was offered, due to the fact that they can't risk getting infected. Because if they did get infected, guess what? It could mean their life. And there's constantly things going on right now that we're learning about this, to where even the young people that are seemingly healthy, with no pre-existing conditions and everything like that are being, some of them are being put on ventilators because it got so bad. So, I mean, you really just don't know. Everybody's different. I know blood type has a lot to do with it, according to recent things that we're finding out about it. So there's just so many different things. So long story short, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So when it comes to video games and being free and something that's going on right now with the global crisis, I think that Call of Duty should be free. The next Call of Duty should be free to play. Honestly, they should release that game free to play. Now, there is a chance that the game is going to be delayed due to the fact that, well, people can't go to work due to this. So there is that. But at the same time, again, there are so many different things that could be done in order to kind of keep everything going without having to bleed as much, or let's say slow the bleeding down, right? Like right now, for instance, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done this. Credit card companies out there are basically taking extensions in payment, and they're kind of doing a freeze or whatnot without any interest rates, due to the fact that this global crisis is affecting people and they're not even able to work. So they're working with you. People people that are taking car payments and stuff like that, companies that are taking car payments. I know this because I've personally called for the car payment as well, and there's going to be, they're giving me a delay, an extension or whatnot, due to everything that's going on. So the thing is, if you got big companies that are doing this, then you could sure as hell do this in the video game industry. Now, here's the thing. The only problem is that video game industry, of course, is not a necessity. Video games are not a necessity. They're an entertainment. And when it comes to survival, we will easily sacrifice video games and internet and all those kind of things that we know and love, so that way we could have food in our stomachs and shelter over our heads, and to protect those that we love and those around us, for those of us that care about the people around us. So, which is a damn shame when you look at all social media and how all these young people are out there partying and shit because they're like, oh, I'm not worried about it, I'll survive. It's like, yeah, well, what about all those people around you? It's very highly contagious. And the thing is, you're like long story short, you're basically like, if you get infected and if you infect somebody else that's highly compromised, it's like, you know, you're unknowingly killing them basically, or putting their lives at risk by doing that shit. So it is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to get that out there. So again, nothing against the young folks. I know there are plenty of you out there that are smart and that are doing the right thing. But at the same time, when you look at social media, it just drives you fucking nuts. But anyway, guys, I want to know, what do you guys know? What do you guys think about the commentary? What are your opinions on it? Just thought it would be an interesting conversation. At the same time, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about everything that's going on. Why not? So anyway, let everything be known down in the comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this gameplay and the commentary, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. Please stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.